So you're here to learn how to play Dragon Link, and it's a good thing too because this is the ultimate combo guide for how to play Dragon Link in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! What's up, Ocean? You got Matt here, and welcome to a competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Video. Today we are talking about Dragon Link and why the Dargons are one of the best combo decks in the entire post-Duelist Nexus format. They produce some of the craziest end boards and craziest combos in the entire format, so if you guys want to learn how to do that, then make sure to stick around and watch this combo guide. That being said, if you guys are excited for the video, then do me a favor and smash the like button, because at 70 likes, I'll bring you live gameplay footage of this deck in action. You guys don't want to miss it. And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers and we are super close to reaching our goal. Now, without further ado, here is the ultimate Dragon Link combo guide for the post-Duelist Nexus competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Format. Let's jump into it. All right, everyone, we are back with the combo portion of the video. I have two main combos I want to show off to you, and then I have just two test hands I'm going to do as well, because Dragon Link is a very fluid strategy. A lot can change over the course of your lines, so you don't want to lock yourself into doing something that you just shouldn't be doing early on. So test hands, I think, are the best way to learn with this strategy rather than just cookie cutter combos. All right, so here we are with the first combo. It's going to be the Rocket Tracer, any way to get to it, including Quick Launch, Bestial Sereneer, or a copy of the Bestial Rebellion, Assault Synchron, or the tunings, and then two blank cards. In this case, they're triple tactic talents. Now we're going to go ahead and enter on a board of 3 synchro monsters and an amazing Link monster with a branded regain setup. It's a fantastic combo. So let's go ahead and jump on into it. Starting off with our normal summon of Rocket Tracer, we will link it off right away into our copy of Striker Dragon. Striker Dragon's effect will activate, which will get us a copy of Boot Sector Launch to our hand. We're now going to use the Striker Dragon's effect, the second one, to destroy itself basically and add to our hand a copy of the Rocket Tracer. We're doing this because we want to have a way to extend with the Boot Sector Launch. Now we're going to banish our Striker Dragon to summon our Bestial Sereneer. We're then going to pay 700 to summon out our Assault Synchron, and our board looks like this. Now we're going to go ahead and perform a Synchro Summon. We have a 6 and a 2, that'll make an 8, and we go into the XL Stardust Dragon. Now we have a Chain Link here. We have Chain Link 1 XL Stardust to revive back a level 2 tuner, and then we have Chain Link 2 Bestial Sereneer to send a Brand Dispeller Trap or a Bestial monster to the graveyard, and in this case, we're sending the Bestial Lubellion. Now we're going to be able to go ahead and bring back our Assault Synchron and Synchro 410 into a copy of the Bestial Dispatter, which is one of the main boss monsters of the strategy. At this point in time, we can now activate our copy of Bestial Lubellion in the graveyard because we have a level 6 or higher Dark Dragon. We can tribute it and special summon the Bestial Lubellion. That will trigger our Assault Synchron in grave, which will allow us to go ahead and banish it to summon back out the tributed Synchro monster. So now we have an amazing board here already. With a form of negation, we have a way to get access to interruption with our Bestial Lubellion, and we have access to 4 cards in hand. We're going to go ahead and use the effect of the Bestial Lubellion, which will activate directly from our deck a Branded Dispeller Trap, in this case, Branded Regained. Why not? Next, we're going to go ahead and use our Bestial Dispater, because I don't want to use the effect of Boot Sector Launch just yet. We're going to use Dispater, we're going to bring back the Striker Dragon, and then we're going to perform a Link Summon. We're going to do the Lubellion and the Striker Dragon, and we're going to go ahead and go into our copy of Romulus. Romulus effect will activate, which allows us to search from our deck to our hand the Dragon Ravine. We're going to go ahead and use the effect of Dragon Ravine. We're going to discard a blank copy of Triple Tactic Talents in our hand to send to the graveyard one of 2 cards, and it depends on your hand. If you have access to the, if you started off the combo with not Rocket Tracer, a different rocket monster, you should probably send the Apsarautor Dragon. If you start off the combo with Bestial Lubellion, you should probably send Apsarautor Dragon. But if you opened up the combo that I opened up with, you should send the Starlight Seyfert. The reason why I want to send Seyfert in this case here is because I don't need access to Rocket Tracer. I also want a way to activate the Bestial Lubellion's hand effect. So we're going to go ahead and do that now. We're going to banish our Seyfert in grave to allow us to bring back to our hand the Bestial Lubellion, a level 8 dragon monster. Right away, we're going to use the effect of Bestial Lubellion, discarding it for cost to add a copy of a Bestial Magnamut to our hand. So now we have follow-up for next turn, interruption as well, and an extender too. This is looking really nice for us. Next up, we're going to go ahead and activate our copy of Boot Sector Launch. The reason why is we have to get a level 4 dragon on the field. So we're going to use the effect to special summon out our Rocket Tracer. Now we can go ahead and use I'll put the Rocket Tracer over here actually. We're going to use the effect of the Rocket Tracer now. We're going to destroy the Boot Sector Launch, which will lock us in the darks, but also special summon from our deck a rocket with a different name. In this case, we're going to do the non-tuner Rocket Recharger. Now we're going to do some links. We're going to link off our Recharger into a copy of Guard Dragon Pisty. We're going to link off our Romulus and our Bestial Dispater into a copy of the Triple Burst Dragon. And now we're going to be able to use the effect of our Pisty. Pisty effect will target a banished or graveyard reliant, or no, a card in the graveyard, a dragon in the graveyard or banished zone, I should say. That's an easier way to put it. And that's going to be our Seyfert and special summon it. So we're going to summon back our Seyfert to the zone the 2 link monsters point to. We're going to use the effect of Seyfert here to send itself to the graveyard. I think it's actually a tribute or a sense for cost, whatever it is, and it'll allow us to search for a copy of a level 4 dragon monster. We're going to add a copy of the white dragon Wyverburster. Scratch that, I said white, we really want black, my bad. Anyways, black dragon collapse is what we want to get access to because we want to end on the board with a white dragon on field, which is actually important for the ending. So we're going to use the effect of black. We have 2 lights engrave, so we're going to banish one of them being the Starly Saferd, and it will summon out the black dragon collapse serpent. And now we're going to go ahead and perform a link summon because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 worth of material, and we're going to go ahead and get into our big boss monster, the Boral End Dragon. The Boral End Dragon is great because it's effect negation and its extension 2, which is obviously really good. So we're going to go ahead and trigger our copy of Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, which will add a copy of White Dragon Wyverbuster to our hand. Now we're going to go ahead and use the effect of the Boral End Dragon, and we're going to be able to special summon the Rocket Recharger by targeting our Rocket Tracer and negating its effects permanently. Good news is, your opponent can't even respond to this. They can't. You can't respond to Boral End's effect this way. So once we have the tuner and the non-tuner, we're going to go ahead and use these two to synchro summon into the level 8 Borreload Savage Dragon. Borreload Savage Dragon's effects when activate, we're going to be able to target the Triple Burst Dragon in our graveyard and equip it to it as material, and that is another Omni Negate now, which is really, really good. And that's going to have 3 Omni Negates and 4,200 attack as well. Now we're going to go ahead and use our White Dragon. We're going to banish our copy of the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, and we're going to special summon it. And now finally, we're going to trigger our Branded Regain. Finally, after how many cards did we banish while this card was up on the field? We're now going to send back the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent to our deck to be able to draw a card. And that card is going to be a useless copy of Dark Ruler No More. Who would have thought? Now we're going to be able to use our effect of the Bestial Magnum. We're going to target a card in our graveyard and banish it. In this case here, we'll banish the Guard Dragon Pisty, and we'll now summon out from our banish zone, or from our hand rather, the Bestial Magnumut. Once we have this, we can go ahead and synchro these two. Yes, I know they're not tuners, but we can go into the powerful Chaos Angel. We had a light and a dark, and that will allow us to get the Chaos Angel making, first of all, we can banish a card on the field, which you don't want to do right now because it's all your field, but we also have all our synchro monsters are immune to monsters' activated effects, and we also can't have our monsters destroyed by battle. This is great now. So we have 2 cards in hand, 2 blanks, and also Wyverburster will trigger to add us back the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent, I should say. And now when we proceed to the end phase, we will trigger the effect of Magnumut. Magnumut will allow us to search for any dragon monster. In this case here, we're going to add our copy of Bestial Drillsworm as an additional interruption. And then of course, on our opponent's turn, when they summon a monster, we can use the effect of Branded Regain, and we can special summon back to our side of the field a copy of a Bestial monster in our graveyard, which will be the Bestial Dissipator. And there you go. So we have potential negation here, we have interruptions here and protection, negation over here, negation or interruption over here, plus ascend as well. And then we have follow up for the next turn with 3 other cards in our hand. So this combo is really, really powerful. Let's go ahead and move on to the second one. Moving on to our second combo, this one involves Starly Saferd, a copy of Chaos Space, any light or dark monster, and then any blank card. In this case, we have a copy of Triple Tactics Talents and a Dark Ruler No More. Now, the combo changes slightly depending on which light or dark monster you have, if it's a light or a dark, I should say. But in this case, we're just going to go with a light monster and show you how that works. We're going to start off with a normal summon of Saferd. We're going to use the effect, sending it to the graveyard to be able to add to our hand a copy of the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent. We're now going to use the effect of Black Dragons by banishing the Saferd to be able to summon itself out. We're going to link it off into our copy of Striker Dragon, and we have a chain link now. We're going to chain link 1 Black Dragon, chain link 2 Striker Dragon. So now we're going to be able to go ahead and resolve the chain link by adding a copy of Boot Sector Launch, and then a copy of the White Dragon Wyverburster. Now we're going to go ahead and use the effect of our White Dragon by banishing our Black Dragon to summon this out. And before we do anything else, we're going to use our copy of Chaos Space here. Chaos Space will send off our copy of Starly Saferd. If it is a light monster, you're going to go ahead and add a copy of the Bestial Saronir. If it is a dark monster, you're going to go ahead and add a copy of the Bestial Lubellion. So we have our Saronir in our hand, and we have the Chaos Space engraved. This Saferd here, just a blank card. We're not going to use its effect in graveyard, this specific copy here. We're now going to banish our Chaos Space to put the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent back into our deck and allow us to draw a card. But the card we're going to draw, oh, it's another copy of Triple Tactics Talent. Look at that, what a waste. Now we're going to be able to go ahead and perform a Link Summon if we'd like to, or we can go ahead and perform a couple, or summon our Bestial Saronir really. But in this case here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to link off our copy of the White Dragon and the Striker Dragon, and we're going to be able to go directly into our copy of the Dragoonity Knight Romulus. We're going to go Romulus Chainlink 1 and White Dragon Chainlink 2. So White Dragon will resolve first, it'll add the Black Dragon Collapse Serpent to our hand, and then Romulus will add our Ravine to our hand. In this case here, we're going to now go ahead and activate our Ravine, use the effect, discarding one of the blank cards in our hand, and send to the graveyard. You have many different options, but you really want to focus on getting access to your Rocket Engine. So we're going to send our Absol Dragon to the graveyard. When it's sent to the graveyard, we can add from our deck to our hand a Rocket monster, in this case, Rocket Tracer. So right now we have 6 cards in our hand. The deck is looking nice and pretty here. We're going to go ahead and activate our copy of Boot Sector Launch over our Dragon Ravine. Dragon Ravine will now allow, not Dragon Ravine, Boot Sector Launch allows us to special summon out our Rocket Tracer. We're going to have Rocket Tracer on the field, and we have our Romulus over here. Now we have a choice. I can go ahead and summon out our Bestial Saronir here, and honestly, I'm going to do that. I'm going to banish our Apter Dragon to summon out this Saronir. And the reason I'm doing this is because I want to have access to this card, and I want to have access to the card it gets me access to as well. So we're going to go ahead and use the effect of the Rocket Tracer, which will destroy our Boot Sector Launch, and allow us to special summon from our deck a copy of Rocket Recharger. At this point in time, we can make a decision. I can go ahead and link off these two over here. I say link off, I meant synchro summon. Synchro these two into a Bestial Dispatter. And now we can go ahead and link off, well, first we trigger our Bestial Saronir. Saronir effect will activate, sending the Bestial Lubellion. Bestial Lubellion is going to be great for extension, but we're going to go ahead and use the effect of the Bestial Dispatter, bringing back our Starly Safer. Safer is going to be great to have access to here. We're now going to be able to, I'm going to put the Safer, I'm going to link off the Safer, I should say, into a Pisty. I'm then going to link off our copy of the Bestial. Actually, no, before I'm going to do that, I'm going to go ahead and use the Lubellion, tributing over the Dispatter to summon itself out, using the effect now, and activating directly from our deck a copy of Branded Regained. Now we're going to go ahead and link off our Lubellion and our Romulus into our Triple Burst Dragon. We're going to use our Guard Dragon Pisty. We can bring back whatever dragon we want. In this case here, I'll bring back the Safer. It doesn't really matter at all because we're going to immediately link it off. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 into our copy of Boral End Dragon. And now we can go ahead and do a few things. We're going to start off, because we have Branded Regained active, we haven't actually used the Engrave effect of Safer. This is the Safer that we originally started our combo with. The one at the bottom here is the one that was the random light or dark monster. So we're going to banish our Safer here to add to our hand a copy of the Bestial Lubellion. And now we're going to immediately after that use the effect of Branded Regain to put the Safer back into our deck and draw another card. In this case here, oh my god, it's another useless Dark Ruler no more. Look at that. We're going to use the effect of Bestial Lubellion, discarding it to be able to search for our deck a copy of the Bestial Magnamut. And now we have a way to extend and a way to get more interruption for the following turn as well. We're going to be able to use the effect of our Boral End Dragon, targeting our Rocket Recharger to special summon back to our side of the field a copy of the Rocket Tracer. And now we can go ahead and perform a Synchro Summon. I was going to say Link Summon, and I said Slinkro Summon. We're going to link off those two, Synchro them off, I should say. My god, that's the second time I've done that in as many tries. Go into our Boros Savage Dragon. Savage Dragon effect to activate. We're going to go ahead and equip it with our copy of Triple Burst Dragon. And we still have access to quite a bit in our hand. We're going to go ahead and activate our Magnamut now. And we're going to go ahead and banish. In this case here, we'll banish our copy of the... What do I want to summon back next turn? I'll go ahead and banish the copy of our Bestial Saronir here. And then we're going to go ahead and summon it out. We're going to activate the effect of it, and at the end phase, we'll be able to add to our hand a dragon monster. Now we're going to proceed to the end phase, and we're going to activate a few effects. We're going to activate the effect of Magnamut, which will allow us to add to our hand a copy of the Bestial Druid's Worm, which is going to be amazing for allowing us to interrupt our opponent. So as of right now, in the end phase, we have access to 1, 2, 3 interruptions here. We also have Branded Regained. On when our opponent summons a monster, we can go ahead and bring back our copy of the Bestial Dispetter. And that's going to offer us another interruption here. So it's 4 interruptions and 5 cards in our hand still. So we basically went neutral in advantage on our hand, and now we have so many interruptions on field. This is amazing. This is a fantastic combo here. It can be a little bit tough to play around sometimes, but if you have a Talents in hand and you get interrupted once, then you should be golden to be able to just win the game from there, because Talents will be able to get you access to 2 more cards that you can use. Alright, so 2 combos is plenty for Dragon Link. The way you're going to learn Dragon Link the best is by doing test hands here. So that being said, let's go ahead and do a couple of test hands. So let's go ahead and cut the deck, and let's see what our first starting 5 hand is going to be. So we're going to go ahead and start with a copy of Chaos Space, Rocket Caliber, Assault Synchron, Bestial Saronir, and another copy of Bestial Saronir. Honestly, this hand is kind of insane right now. Wow. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and start off with a copy of Chaos Space. Why not? We're going to go ahead and send our copy of Bestial Saronir as cost. We're going to go ahead and add a light monster that can be normal summoned or set. In this case here, I'm going to go ahead and add, where is my white dragon? There's my white dragon. Now we're going to have the effect of Bestial Saronir trigger, which will allow us to send to graveyard a copy of Bestial Lubellion. Gee, this is already a pretty nice start here. We have access to quite a bit of our engine already. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and banish our Saronir for a Saronir. Now we're going to actually, instead of attributing for the Lubellion, we're going to go ahead and use the Assault Synchron, okay, to special summon it out. Then we're going to synchro these 2 away, into our copy of Excel. Excel effect, bring back the Assault Synchron, and then we're going to synchro these two away into our copy of Bestial Dispater. Okay, that's better. Now we're going to go ahead and use the Lubellion, tributing the Dispater to summon it out. Effective Assault Synchron, banishing itself to summon back the tributed Dispater. There you go. That's a better line here. I like this line quite a bit more than what I already have. Now we're going to go ahead and use the effect of Lubellion and activate directly from our deck the Branded Regain. So we still have our revival off the Bestial Dispater as well, which is really nice. We're going to go ahead and now use the effect of the White Dragon. We're going to banish our Saronir, and we're going to go ahead and summon out the White Dragon. And I'm thinking if I want to use the effect of the Branded Regain here. I think because I might want to discard fodder, I'm going to go ahead and use it. So I'm going to put the Saronir back into the deck. I'm going to be able to shuffle up and draw a card. Okay, so we're going to use that. And what are we going to get here? We're going to go ahead and grab, boom, boom. Our card is Tracer. Jesus, okay. All right, we have like everything we could possibly need. So now we're going to go ahead and use our copy of White, linking it off into our copy of the Striker Dragon. We're going to use the effect of Striker Dragon. We're going to go ahead and grab a copy of Boot Sector Launch, which is, can I just say how incredible this actually is? We're going to go ahead and grab the Boot Sector Launch right there. Okay, now we're going to go ahead. I've had normal summoned. I haven't even normal summoned yet. Jeez, this is amazing. Okay, so what is the play here? I'm going to use my White Dragon, of course, because that was the chain. We'll do Chain Link 1, White, Chain Link 2, Striker Dragon. So Boot Sector Launch comes to hand. White will get us the black. Where's the black? There we are. So Black Dragon. We're now going to use the White by banishing it to summon out the black. Before we do anything else, we're going to use Chaos Space. We're going to banish it, bring back the White to our deck. We're going to shuffle up. I believe actually, does it go bottom of deck? I forget if it goes bottom of deck. Regardless, I'm going to shuffle up and I'll draw a card. Okay, so we're going to shuffle up a bit more. And there we go. Our card for turn or for draw is, jeez, Darkest Diabolos. Okay, this ain't bad. If we can tribute a Dark Monster, we should be in a really good position, but I don't think we can actually tribute another Dark Monster right now, unfortunately. Unless the Striker Dragon tribute itself. It does not, it destroys, that's my bad. Okay, so over here, we're now looking again, really pretty. So we're gonna go ahead and I can always bring back a card with my Bestial Dispater here. I'm gonna go ahead and perform a Link Summon. I'm gonna Link Summon with these two over here into our copy of, where are you? Romulus. That'll get us our Dragon Ravine. Ravine is where? There it is. We're then going to go ahead and Link Summon our Collapse Serpent into our Pisty. We're going to use the effect of Collapse Serpent because it was sent to graveyard to add the White Dragon. We can't resummon back the White Dragon, but it is a discard fodder at least. So where is White? So again, the hand is looking nice and full again. We just added 4 cards off this, 5 cards. We have 1 card in our hand. We just added 5, which is insane. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and I'll activate the Dragon Ravine here. And I'm going to go ahead and pitch, I think I'm going to just send the Darkest Diabolus. And I'm going to go ahead and send it to the graveyard. So we're going to send the Safert. Now we're going to go ahead and use our Safert, banish it to add the Bestial Lubellion to our hand. We're going to discard the Lubellion, and we're going to go ahead and add a copy of Magnamut. There's Magnamut. I'm going to banish the Striker Dragon, why not? And I'll summon it out. Use the effect of Magnamut, so in the end phase I can get the search. We're now going to go ahead and perform a Link Summon. I'm going to go Link 2 over here into, or Link 3 I should say, into our copy of the Triple Burst Dragon. I'm then going to go ahead, I'm still stuck into dragons right now, which is not the end of the world. I'm going to go ahead and use the effect of Pisty. I'm actually going to bring back my Bestial Saronir here. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to actually grab off the Dispater a copy of the Safert here. We're really running out of zones here. That's the problem right now. We just don't have enough zones for everything we want to do. That's crazy. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get rid of now our Dragon Ravine to activate our Boot Sector Launch. We use our Dispater and our Pisty. We're going to go ahead and perform a Link 5 here. We're going to use 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, 3. That's 5. Into our copy of Boral End. Now we're going to use Boot Sector Launch, spell summon 2 rockets with different names from our hand defense position. There we go. And we're going to go now, we're going to go the Caliber and the Saronir. We haven't locked ourselves into Darks yet, or into Dragons. So we're going to go ahead and go into Barone. I'll use the Tracer, I'll pop the Safert, and I'll summon out from the deck a copy of the Recharge. And the reason why I want to do that actually is because I want to be able to get the Recharger in rotation. I don't want to draw because it's kind of a dead draw here. And now I'll perform a Synchro Summon. We'll use these 2 over here, and we'll go into our copy of the Boreal Savage Dragon. And now we're going to be able to use our Savage Dragon to attach to the Triple Burst Dragon. And boom, there we go. End phase, we're going to be able to add from our deck to our hand a copy of either Druid's Worm or a copy of the Baldrake. In this case, I'll do the Druid's Worm, not Dark Ruler no more. And yeah, so we have negate, negate and destroy, negate. That's crazy. That's amazing. And then, oh, you normal summon the card? Well, let's go ahead and bring back our copy of the Bestial Dispatter, and we now have a potential other negate as well. That's crazy. This hand was awesome. Like, this is where the combos just kind of go crazy. So that is going to be test hand number 1. Moving on to test hand number 2, we're going to go ahead and see what we can do with another 5 cards. And we're going to go ahead and start off with what in our opening hand? We're going to have Caliber, Wyverbuster, Assault Synchron, Tuning, and Saferd. Okay, so the Tuning is kind of dead right now, but it's not the end of the world. So how do we want to play this out? Well, I have a way to get access to a Bestial through Saferd here. Not the most consistent option. I don't really want to summon the Saferd out because the whole point of it is getting access to my white and my dark drag, so I might as well just go into Rocket Caliber. But you know what I'll do here? I'm going to go ahead and summon out the Saferd. We're going to use the Saferd's effect. We're going to get rid of the Saferd here. We're also going to get rid of the Rocket Caliber because I want to see how this goes here by getting us access to a Bestial Lubellion. Okay, at this point we can now use the Bestial Lubellion effect, discarding it to be able to summon it directly from our, or add to our hand rather, I should say. I'll do a copy of Bestial Magnamut. Now we're going to be able to go ahead and, let's think about this. Let's go ahead and banish the banish the Caliber. I'll do the Caliber here. And we're going to go ahead and summon out the Magnamut effect for the end phase. We're then going to go ahead and pay 700 for the Assault Synchron. We're going to go ahead and Synchro, of course, into our copy of the Excel Stardust. Assault Synchron effect, or not Excel, no, Excel Stardust, I should say. Summons it back. We're going to Synchro again into our copy of Bestial Dispater. We're then going to tribute our Dispater for the effect of Lubellion. Tribute, summons out. Assault Synchron will banish itself, and we're now going to be able to summon out our Dispater. Effect of the Bestial Lubellion, we're going to go ahead and add it to our when I say add to our hand, activate directly. We'll activate our copy of, where are you? There's Brand Regain. Now we're going to go ahead and use our effect of the White Dragon. We're going to banish our Magnamuts to summon it out. And we're going to go ahead and be able to link off this monster for our Striker Dragon. Chainlink 1 White, Chainlink 2 Striker. So Striker will get us access to the Boot Sector launch first. Boot Sector launch, where are you? There's Boot Sector launch, and there is our Black Dragon. Now let's go ahead and activate our Black Dragon by banishing the White Dragon to summon it out. And at this point, we are going to use the Regained effect here because I want to be able to get another search with the Black Dragon when it's sent to graveyard. So I'm going to go put the White Dragon to the bottom of the deck, and we'll be able to shuffle up and draw a card. So let's go ahead and grab, what are we picking up here? This is going to be a copy of Branded Beast. Okay, well, we have Interruption now as well, which is great. Have access to both of them. All right, so what's next here? We're going to go ahead and perform a Link Summon. Let's Link Summon with 1 and with 2. And we'll go into Romulus now. We're going to go Romulus effect, which will add us, we'll do Romulus, yeah, Romulus is our effect here. We're going to grab our Dragon Ravine. We're going to go ahead and activate the Ravine effect, discard the Tuning. That will send, I would love to send a copy of my Levianeer here, but I just can't because we need to have access to our Rocket Engine. So I'm going to go ahead and send our Apps which when it's sent to the graveyard will activate and allow us to add from our deck to our hand a copy of a Rocket monster. In this case, we're going to grab Rocket Tracer. As always, it is the best card in the Rocket archetype. Yeah, I'll Link Summon off the Collapse Serpent into our copy of Pisty. We're going to use the effect of Black, adding the white to our hand. So we're going to go ahead and just activate the effect of Bestial Dispater over here. We're going to summon back the Magnamut. Magnamut's to play, we'll put it over here. So I want to get into level 10. So I'm going to go now Bestial Dispater. No, we're going to go Bestial Dispater and the Romulus, excuse me, into our copy of the Triple Burst Dragon. There we go. Pisty effect. Pisty will bring back. I can do the Caliber here because I'll be able to get us back into the graveyard. This goes over here. What am I doing? Now I'm going to be able to perform a Link Summon. We're going to link off 1, 2, 3 into the Boral End. Now, we still have not used our copy of Boot Sector launch here. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and let's go effective Boral End, targeting Magnamuts. We're going to go and special summon back out our Rocket Caliber. Now we're going to Link Summon, Synchro Summon. Still not locked into Dragons or Darks. Barone. Now we're going to get rid of the Ravine for the Boot Sector launch. We're We're gonna activate the launch, special summon out the Tracer, Tracer effect, pop the launch, summon from deck, the copy of Recharger. There it is, Recharger. And now we're gonna go ahead and perform a synchro into the Savage Dragon effect. We're gonna equip the Triple Burst. There's my Triple Burst. And we're gonna set our branded beast. In the end phase, we have the effect of Magnum at the trigger. And we're gonna go ahead and add our copy of the Bestial Druid's Worm. And then what we're gonna do is in our opponent's draw phase, we're gonna activate the beast here. And right now, we're in a fantastic position because during our opponent's turn, we have Omni Negate, Monster Negate. So that's obviously incredible right there. On top of that, we have the Druid's Worm. If our opponent summons a monster, we get back the Dissipator. And then we can basically just go, okay, if we have this on the field, if our opponent summons has a Lair Dark monster, we just banish a card. We can go ahead and bring our Druid's Worm. We can use Beast, tribute our Druid's Worm, and then we can go ahead and not only destroy a card, we can send another one as well with our Bestial Druid's Worm. This is just incredible. The deck is so powerful, such a high ceiling. It uses a lot of your extra deck though, and that's why it's kind of tough. But guys, that being said, that is going to be the end of this combo tutorial, this combo video. So if you guys enjoyed the video, do me a favor and smash the like button, because at 70 likes, I will bring you guys some gameplay footage of me playing this deck. Either it's going to be at locals or through Dueling Book, Dueling Nexus, or any of those official softwares like that, or non-official softwares like that, I should say. But guys, thanks so much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. We're on the road to 1,000 subscribers. And did you know only 5% of my viewers are subscribed to the channel? So make sure to join the ocean. And thank you guys so much for watching. And I will see you guys all next time.